Alright, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to RSF1 Division 3 tonight. I'm Harvey OC, your streamer as always so far this season, but I'm joined once again this week by Days Freak. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing good. I'm not the only one who sees Yorkie on a set of hards, right?
No, you are correct. Yorkie is, well, starting a flying lap now actually on hard compound tyres. Because we're running a reduced grid tonight, only 17 drivers in the lobby, he only needs to beat 2, and I suppose he thinks he's probably got a good shot at that.
I mean, that's not a bad idea if you're in F5. You could probably beat 2 guys in F5 pretty easily, but I'm not so sure if you can do that on hards in F3. I imagine he put in quite a bit of fuel so you can burn it off and get a good feel for the hard tires here.
Well, we shall certainly see. Yeah, maybe more of a practice lap kind of deal than a actually trying to set a time. Although I don't really know why his tail light is flashing there as he makes his way around.
He's only
Doesn't.
using a little bit just bit by bit of ERS. He's a 115.2 now for Yorkie.
I suppose maybe he had it set to none rather than hot lap, or there you go, he's actually invalidated at the start of this next lap.
Aaron is going to take a 109.4. That's a far more comparative time from the Williams driver. Benny Boy beating him out by 44 thousandths of a second, so 109.403. Rodder's a 109.8, takes P3. Next man across the line will be the Alpine of Willy Bum.
Great name.
Across the line, it's going to be a 109.602. It's P3 for him. Teammate Desbro coming across the line. He's going to take pole with a 109.19. Rizzo soon following after. It's a 109.939. P6 for him. That shot a 110.4.
There was a real mix of strategies I noticed in Division 5 yesterday, but I think the right call here, if Yorkie can make it work, I think starting, using the hards here for Q1 is a great bit of strategy to save some softs and maybe run a few pit stops under safety car conditions in the race. We'll see.
Certainly.
It'll give him an extra set for Q3 as well, potentially setting him up for 3 separate runs rather than the usual 2. Soggy Salmon just navigating the center S's, starting his first flying lap of the session today, alongside Stars Orphan and Fruit Boy is currently tackling Sector 2.
Yorkie has improved to a 109.62. It's P5 now for him. Done 3 laps on the hards, and he's already run out of fuel. I figured you would probably want to put more laps of fuel in the tank. You're going to be doing laps on the hards.
It's clearly a higher
Suppose he'll
level
do
of
mediums
strategy.
next session.
I would, well, I don't know. I don't think that would be clever, but maybe that is what he's thinking.
Fruit Boy across the line puts up a 109.7. It's P6 for the Alpha Tauri, and he almost lost that out of turn 1. Soggy Salmon has improved up, to a 109.345.
Really good lap. Looked tidy. Little bit of wheel spin coming around the third to last corner there at the very, very start of Sector 3. Kept it tidy. Stars Orphan crossed the line there as well with a 110.329. He's going to be the last, I think, of everybody to set a run here unless his teammate Dano is on for one. Yeah, looks to be. So Dano will make his way around the final sector here and is set to improve at the moment. Although out of fuel, so swings into the pit lane.
Yep.
That's tough for the Aston Martin driver. Was up on his previous best time, but well, I suppose the game said he was, but now he crossed the line there and it said he was 16 seconds slower, so perhaps not in the end. Randy Gandy is on for his first flying lap of the day.
Orphan also coming into the pits. Meanwhile, we've got Headshot, Eagle, Jedi Gamer all on outlaps. And Aaron as well. Rondi Gandhi coming to the end of Sector 2, heading to Jun Sao. 52-2 through the first two sectors. Oof. Slinky has joined the session finally, so we're going to have 18 instead of 17.
3 to be
eliminated. The DRS straight, down the pit straight, up the hill now to the line. It's going to be a 109.207 for the Alfa Romeo driver. Puts him P2.
There has been a request from the stewards and the admins this week that people remain cautious of entering the pit lane when rounding the final two corners. I will get the wording, because I think it's one for people to keep an eye on during the race today. Soggy Salmon happy with his 109. Yeah, I think that's probably fairly respectable and should move him through.
Certainly should. Both the Williams, both the Alpines, both the Alfa Romeos are in the top 6. Just thought I should point that out.
And I think maybe...
I know it's only the beginning of Q1, but that's a pretty impressive little tidbit there.
I think maybe
Williams off the track there. I think it's got to be Aaron, because Soggy just retired.
It is indeed. He is just mowing a little bit of grass. Yeah, I think something to keep an eye on, something we've not really mentioned. Oh, never mind.
Eagles now taking pole.
That no Diamond Douchey today.
Yeah, and he was my fantasy pick for this division, but I guess he didn't show up today. Well, that's fun.
Yeah, I mean, someone who has only been a reserve so far. But
wow, 3.5 tenths ahead of P2 for pole position. Well, his teammate started in Sector 3 now out of Junsao. He's opened up the DRS. Across the line, it's a 110.1. It's only P15.
Headshot finishing another lap here now. Pulls into the pits.
Rizzo with a 109.554. It's a P8 for the Red Bull. Mushy's improving by almost 6.5 tenths through the first two sectors. How much more time can the Mercedes find through this final sector? As he's going to open up his DRS now. Up the hill and to the line. Going to be a 109.5 109.39. It's P8 for the Mercedes, and he goes way off at turn 1. Must have thought someone was right behind him.
Oh, Slinky. With a big kick out there. Just about holds it, though.
Orphan improves by about 5.5 tenths. It's only P13, though, with a 109.783. Linky across the line now. It's going to be a 110.173. It's only P17 for the McLaren.
And I'll be honest with you, I mean, part of that was because of the snap there. I think, to be honest with you, if that went to the steward's room, that would probably be an invalid lap.
Considering how slow his lap is, I don't think the stewards will be that disappointed with it.
No,
I think they'd let it go.
I don't think it'll be a problem. I think if he gets eliminated there, nothing will come
I mean,
of
if he
it.
got
But this...
P2, it would certainly be looked at for sure, but I mean, he's P17. I don't really think extending a little bit or something on a lap that slow is really going to bother anybody.
Yeah, agreed. Big corner cut from Willy Bum, but within track limits. That's using everything you have available to you. See what he can do here. P10 at the moment. To be honest, I'm not sure too many of these drivers need to go out again, but maybe someone who is, well, within,
There
what,
is
7
three drivers
tenths?
that are going to be leaving here, so
Yeah.
I'd say you're certainly still at risk.
Within half a
You're
second of the
outside
danger zone at the moment.
I'd say pretty much anyone under 4th is in danger. Even Soggy, I would say, especially if these guys do end up putting up a good final lap. This track evolution here at Brazil is a lot stronger than you might think.
Yeah, and I think with the pack being so close together here, Eagle clearly confident in his 109 flat. With the pack being so close together, we're going to see a lot of guys out, which is only going to speed up that track evolution even more. One of them stays to the right-hand side of pit entry, crosses the line, 7th place for him, a 109.4. I would say that is probably going to be about safe.
He lost about 400ths of a second in that final sector. I'm not sure what he did differently there that would have lost him that time, but my only guess is the exit of Jun Sao. Button has also retired in the pits. The top 2 and P5 being Soggy Salmon have all retired from the session so far.
Okay, so Yorkie with a massive corner cut there will cross the line and move up to P2. This is where these drivers need to be very, very careful. The track notes are put out now for a reason so that people don't do things like that.
Dano only finds about a 10.5. It's only P14 for the Aston Martin. Got a gamer finding a 1/3 of a second in Sector 1 alone. Out of the hairpin. To the end of Sector 2 now. He's hugging the inside line there. Over 2/3 of a second found in the first 2 sectors. At the rate he's going, it's going to be about a 109.1 as he's coming out of he's out of Junsao now. He's opened up the DRS. I think down to the line. Or up to the line. It's a 109.2. About a 10th off of my prediction there, but it's P5 for the Haas. A much better position than he was a moment ago. Aaron has retired in the pits, and he sits P10 currently. Yorkie now retires. P2, currently P2. Rodder's now starting a lap. Rizzo now coming out of the pits to do a final run. Slinky coming out of the pits to do a final run. Dano's retired in the pits. He knows he's probably not going to be able to find any more time. Willie Bum currently was P9. That could very well change.
Headshot is on a second warm-up lap here in a row. He's going to start his final flying lap now.
Boy finds a 10th. It's not enough to improve his position, though. It's P13 still. Orphan, excuse me. The other Aston Martin has retired from the session. These two are hanging on by a thread right now. Desbro is retired in the pits. Mushy, I believe, is also just retired in the pits, or maybe I missed that earlier. Rodder's not improving through the first two sectors. He's got to find a lot of time in this final sector, and I don't know if you can do that. Up the hill and to the line now.
Oh.
Doesn't. He loses 600ths of a second.
Headshot with a big tank slapper as well. Coming through Sector 2. He was 2.5 tenths up on his previous best, but that might have killed any chance he has of progressing to Q2 today. Still 2 tenths up on his previous best, so if he can find some time in this last sector, I think it's all done though.
Crosses the line with 3 seconds left in the session. He's got one last chance to improve his time. The checkered flag now waves. Slinky has invalidated his lap in the Senna S. He's out of the session. Headshot does improve, but it's not enough to get into the top 15. He is out of the session as well.
Rodders is going again, but having used so much ERS on the previous lap, he's way down, and that will be the end of Q1.
So both of the Aston Martins make it through just by the skin of their teeth. It got to be the luckiest drivers on the track right now that none of the bottom 3 could improve by much, or in 2 cases, not at all. And we got a yellow in the middle sector for Fruit Boy being around, and Slinky also going slow. Was there contact between the two? Rizzo is, by the way, improved to P11 with a 109.522. Only found about 400ths of a second, but it was more than enough to take P11 away from the Mercedes.
Well, there you go. Q1 all wrapped up. The cars will cross the line for the final time to formally end their lap. And there you have it. Button leading the way at the top of the timing sheets at the moment with a 108.738, puts him comfortably ahead of Yorkie by just about 1/10 of a second. Eagle lining up in P3.
P3 to P16, only 0.8 of a second apart. Should say less than 0.8 of a second apart. Top 15 being Button, Yorkie, Eagle, Desbro, Jedi Gamer, Rondi Gandhi, Soggy Salmon, Benny Boy, Willie Bum, Aaron, Rizzo, Mushy, Fruit Boy, Dana, or Stars Orphan, Dano.
Slinky started late, eliminated, as is Headshot and Rodders. Rodders won't be pleased about that, but he has made up positions in the race so far this season already, so perhaps not quite the end of the world for the Red Bull driver.
I'll be right back in a few minutes, if you don't mind.
No problem at all. Yorkie will be the first car to set a lap then. Look at them, they're all peeling out there. That was instant from all of our drivers, heading straight out to track today. No messing about to lay down their benchmark times here in Q2. Yorkie, of course, started on the hards, used a second set of softs. So he will have one more set to play with over the rest of the field. And as he rounds the final corner here, he will start his first flying lap of the second qualifying session of the day. Top 10 progress through. We will see 5 eliminated. No crashes yet. Ah, there you go. That's why everybody has rushed out. Rain is on the way, and you can see how thick the cloud is. We could even see rain a little earlier than that. Jedi Gamer still hasn't exited the pits. Oh, Yorkie just can't do that. He'll set the fastest lap for now. Which might mean we have the tail end, at least, of a wet qualifying session on our hands here today. Dano has been disqualified for going the wrong way. Okay. Rizzo moves himself up to P6. Aaron's had to pull into the pits. He's going to leave again here shortly, I'm sure. We're going to have to watch the garages of both Aaron and Jedi Gamer here to figure out what they're going to be able to do. Jedi Gamer is now on the way out. That is Aaron on his way out as well. These are the two drivers that can make something happen here. More issues caused by the game, causing trouble for Dano here today. That's unfortunate. At least it's not a full disqualification and you will still be able to rate. We'll ride on board here with Jedi Gamer, see what they're able to do. Unfortunately, Aaron's left too late. His second attempt caught out by the rain. And that will be it. Oh, you see that massive kick there from Soggy Salmon. See on the replay there, it's his camera cuts. Look at how Soggy Salmon saved this.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So almost everybody got their laps in before the rain started to come down. Jedi Gamer just about caught out. Aaron completely caught out. And, well, DRS now disabled. You gotta think that is going to be it for these drivers. And the end of Q2.
I don't imagine anyone else is going to be able to get anywhere near a 110.296, let alone what the time you're going to need to get P10.
Exactly. Right, well. That is it for Q2, ladies and gentlemen.
Shame I went to get food and a drink when I did. I could have seen the beginning of this.
Button has taken... Well, Jamie is actually seemingly going to go back out on track here. Button topped the timing sheet by 0.001 second.
Both the Mercedes on the inters, and only one is left. That being Yorkie. Aaron also switching onto the inters. Are they trying to do some laps on these? Is the race going to be wet?
I don't know. Maybe we can get confirmation on that.
Because there's no reason you would come out on inters and do laps after already doing a lap on a sauce if there wasn't rain in the race.
I suppose they could be testing to see for Q3.
I mean, in Aaron's shoes, it's not much of a risk at all. I mean, if he crashes, he's still going to be P14. It's not going to change anything for him. But in Yorkie's case, he's P2. If he loses the car a little bit and crashes out, yeah, he goes from P2 to P14. Or technically P10, really, but he won't even be allowed to put up a lap in Q3.
Mm-hmm. It's too much of a gamble for me, but maybe that's why I prefer the comfort of the commentary booth.
Don't entirely blame you.
Yeah, Yorkie perhaps thinking better of his decision. And pulling into the pit lane. Stars Orphan in a similar position to Aaron here. I think even Mushy is through here to Q3. No need to be out on track.
Again, unless there's going to be rain in the race.
But you've still got Q3 that's going to be rainy. I suppose any amount of practice is good, but... Good lord, Mushy.
Mushy. Yeah, Mushy drifting through turns 2 and 3 there.
Maybe this is wet weather tyres, and maybe that is what people are checking here.
We got Yorkie now planning on switching on to the full wets. Oh my god, he's coming out on the full wets.
Oh, there goes Mushy. There he goes.
I do hope he comes into the pits now. I do not want to see someone in the top 10 crash out and miss out on doing anything in Q3. You're trying to imitate Max Verstappen in 2014 here.
Apparently. Oh my.
He's
Oh
doing it in
my.
every corner. Look at it. Oh.
So it is full
Either
wet
that or he's
conditions
paying
then.
an homage to Ken Block. I think Fruit Boy may have broken the breaker board for the pit entry.
Seems it. Even Yorkie on the full wet weather tyres has decided it's too much for him. And he'll pull into the pit lane here as well as the checkered flag flies. There are 3 cars out on track at the moment.
Both the Williams drivers and the Aston Martin of Stars Orphan. And I noticed that Dano got disqualified. What happened there?
Yeah, he had an incident, ended up off track, and while he was waiting for cars to pass by, he was disqualified for being parked too long.
Ah.
Soggy Salmon will indeed finish this lap. He's certainly a very soggy salmon today. It is absolutely bucketing down out there.
Sector 2.
And that is just Stars out of fuel. Can't see his steering wheel to confirm that, but yes, appears to be. Oh, the Welshman will nurse his car back round into the pits to confirm he is indeed eliminated from Q2. So then, your top three from Q2 remains very, very similar. In fact, remains exactly the same. Button over Yorkie over Eagle on soft tyres in a dry condition. But moving through to wet. Aaron and Stars both unable to... Sorry, Aaron and Jedi Gamer unable to set times in the dry conditions. Fruit Boy and Stars Orphan eliminated as well. Dano disqualified for a dangerous re-entry or something, according to the game. Very wet weather then, moving into Q3. Exciting stuff ahead. Oh my lord, that rain is absolutely torrential.
Ooh. Oh yeah. I'm shocked that these guys are on the inters. They might want to get out now. It could get full wets later on. The only man planning to come out, I think, is just the Alfa Romeo of Rondi Gandhi. If the rain does get heavier, Rondi Gandhi could be looking at pole here.
Well, let's see. I don't really know what's going through the heads of the other guys here today. They're obviously trying to decide what their best route is.
Other drivers coming out now being Soggy Sam in the Alpine of Desbro. Benny Boy in the other Alfa Romeo. We got the Mercedes of Mushy. The other Alpine of Willy Bum now coming out. The other Mercedes of Yorkie. AlphaTauri of Eagle.
It is a miserable, miserable day out there.
Certainly looks like it from our viewpoint. Got Rizzo now coming out of the pits. The final man is still in the pits is Button. I'm not sure why he's still in the pits.
Maybe he's just trying to hit the crossover into the wets.
Maybe, but I would say it's still a little bit away, although I'm seeing a lot of puddles offline.
I think this is wet weather. I think this is full wet conditions now.
We're right
There
on
is
the
a spin
threshold as
further
we get Rizzo.
behind.
No, it's just Rizzo getting out of the way.
Alright.
I was worried it was a spin too when I saw it was a Red Bull. I knew what it was.
I'd say it's definitely full wet conditions now. But Button has stayed in the pit lane. Randy Gandhi crosses the line on 119. That is a full 10 seconds slower than the laps we've seen so far today. Soggy Salmon a 120.3, Desbro 120.1. Is Randy Gandy a bit of a wet weather specialist, maybe?
I
Benny
think, like I
Boy a
said at
second
the beginning, it
off.
might just be that he timed it. He was the first one to come out of the pits. I mean, if it had been me personally, I would have came out way sooner than Ronnie Gandhi did. Benny Boy with a 120.184, 32 thousandths of a second behind Desbro. For reference, we got Willie Bum with a 20.357. Yorkie at 19.5. He's still over three, almost 3.5 tenths off. Eagle just under a 1 minute and 20-second lap. Button is switching on to the full wet. At this point, it's definitely full wet conditions, but now there's no chance that Button's going to be able to take pole. He'd be lucky to probably take P8,
Yeah, it's
frankly.
too late. It's too late. I think had he gone out on full wets immediately, there would have been a chance. But now, and with Randy Gandy back into the pit lane here already, I mean, he's not even coming out. I don't know what is going on with Button here.
Was it Button that cut the pit, not the pit entry, but you know what the part of the track I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, was he the one who did that, or was that Yorkie?
It was
I'm actually.
Yorkie.
Oh, okay. And Rizzo's just crossed the line with a 22.4. Mushy with a 21.8. The track is getting slower and slower by the second. The longer Button waits, the slower his lap's going to be.
Interestingly, Yorkie has stayed out.
His last lap there was 2 seconds, just over 2 seconds slower than his fastest lap.
I don't see the point. I don't see the purpose.
Yorkie in the first sector is 6 tenths slower than his best lap.
Oh, Mushy again. Barely holding on to that Mercedes.
It's definitely full wet conditions now. There's just too much water on the track. I think Button at this point's got to hope that the track somehow completely dries out and DRS is enabled for him to have a chance.
Maybe Button's happy sitting in P10 and just doesn't
Maybe
want
he
to
wants to
risk
take
crashing the
driver of the
car.
day when he wins. I mean, hey, if that's what he's looking for, I don't blame him.
There goes Mushy. Back
I've
into
actually
the
had a
pit
friend of
lane.
mine ask if I qualify terribly on purpose just so I can take driver of the day when I gain like 10 positions. It's just like, no, dude, I just suck. Specifically in quali. And Button's only now finally coming out.
On the
We got
full
Eagle
wets,
and
though.
Desbro also switching on to the full wets as well. Working out 3 seconds slower than his best lap in Sector 1.
It is quite literally raining sideways. Right, here we go. Button starting his first flying lap. and allegedly set to purple sector 1. That is a purple sector 1. But unfortunately for Button, he has Mushy and Soggy Salmon, who are both also out on the wet tyres, as are Eagle, as is Desbro. So clearly the full wets were the right call. Well, we'll see as he crosses the Sector 2 timing line here. And I guess is just green. And is way off the pace now. I think we're just past the point now. And this will be it for the session.
Well, Button's almost improved by almost 0.8 in the first sector alone. Yorkie's in the pits, retired from the session now. Didn't find any time in the middle sector, but still 0.777 up. Coming across the line now. And he's going to take P9 away from Rizzo. That should be it for Button. I don't think he's going to be able to improve a third time in a row.
Eagle retiring, he's happy enough with where his session has ended up.
Mushy almost completely lost that out of turn 3 there. He had to catch it twice. He just... I think right now he's got to pray that this race is not going to be wet. I mean, of course, he already knows whether it will be or it won't be, but... Checker flag is waved. Rondi Gandhi will get his first pole position of the season here at Brazil.
In fairly dominant fashion in the end. And there we go. Finally, the session comes to a close. Randy Gandy takes pole position for the first time this season. Yorkie will line up alongside him on the front row. Eagle in P3, Desbro P4, Benny Boy P5, Willy Bum P6, Soggy Salmon P7, Mushy in P8, Button in P9, and Rizzo will round off the grid in 10th, or round off the session, sorry, in 10th. This week, we have a formation lap for once. So we give the drivers a few minutes break. Give them plenty of time to sort their strategies, get everything ready to go. And then after that, we will finally once again have a formation lap and then a 50% race, and it will be very interesting to see the conditions of said race here today.
And Charismic has said that he's 99% sure that it's going to be wet at some point in F4 now after seeing every other race this weekend. And with your luck, or with F4's luck, depending on how you feel personally about wet weather races there, Charismic, I would say that, yeah, it probably will be wet. I mean, I personally love wet races. Of course, this year is the first year since I don't know when that we have not had wet time trials. Oh, it's someone readied up early. Who? Oh, come on, guys.
Well, we'll see if the team decide to do anything about that. For now, it looks like we are going to continue on. And the F5 with dry qualifying.
A lot of drivers here have overfueled by about 2+ laps just because of that now.
I don't think... did F5 not have a wet queue?
We didn't have a wet session yesterday, no.
No?
No, we didn't have a wet session yesterday. I don't think we had one at Monaco. We did not have one at Abu Dhabi, although that was voided, and it's been moved to the end of the season. God, my ear. All right, and then finally you've got Brazil, or Silverstone. We did have a wet quali, so there's that. I'm kind of waiting for the next wet race, honestly. I feel like it's coming soon. It's just a matter of when. But from bottom to top, your starting order is going to be Slinky Maliki, Headshot, Rodders, Dano, Aaron, Stars Orphan, Fruit Boy, Jedi Gamer, Rizzo, Button, Mushy, Doggy, Willie, Benny, Desbro, Eagle, Yorkie, and Rondi Gandhi on pole. Again, the first time he's ever gotten pole position in RSF1. Oh, and he's been disqualified.
He's missed his grid spot.
Alignment.
Yeah.
Willy Bum and Soggy Salmon have as well. They're P6 and 7. That's going to give Mushy a really good opportunity. Button, too.
It's going to give Yorkie a phenomenal chance.
From Q1 and Q2.
Yeah, Yorkie's going to have a really good shot here at getting by Randy Gandy into turn 1.
P18 got one, too. 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go here for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Rondi Gandhi, despite this DSQ on the grid, gets a really good start off the block, out of the blocks.
Oh, very beautiful.
Turn 2, though. Oh, we got a car off. It's Benny Boy. It's the other Alfa Romeo. He's going to go from P5 all the way to P17 in the blink of an eye. P18 now as the Williams of Aaron. go is past him. And okay, there might be a problem with Aaron's car. He's got wing damage. Where did that come from?
Oh, there's a spin. Desbro's gone round. Coming up through Sector 2. No idea if any contact was made. But he's lost out. Randy Gandy now is all the way down in P3. So Yorkie leads this race now. Started the race on the hard compound tyres. The only driver so far to have done so.
I would not say he's the only driver that started on the hards. No, there's actually a handful.
Sorry.
You've got
Yes,
Benny
the
Boy,
only...
Rodders, Orphan, Slinky, Rizzo, and Mushy. No worries. No worries, man.
He's the only one from the top 10, is what I meant to say here to do so. Mushy's found his way past Jedi Gamer. Was briefly past Button there, but has been moved back
Jedi
down.
Gamer's gotten past Mushy. It's P7, P8 for the Hosses.
There you go. A good battle from these
Fruit Boy and
so
Slinky
far.
have gained the most positions so far. 6 for Fruit Boy from 12th to 6th, and Slinky from P last to P11. He's just outside the points, and he's knocking on the door. He's right behind the Red Bull of Rizzo. Best part for Slinky is not only has he gained all these positions in this time, he's also on the hard tires doing this.
Yeah, the hards seem to be doing really well.
The McLaren. Yesterday, it didn't matter what tire was on; they were all terrible. Honestly, the only saving grace from yesterday's race for me was the fact that I was able to take fastest lap. And
Willie Bum and Soggy Salmon side by side. Contact made between the two of them. Sorry to cut you off there as well.
No worries.
It ends up
takes fastest lap.
It ends up as it was at the start of the lap. Soggy Salmon sitting behind the Alpine.
Again, not going to be able to get it though. He's a little too far back on the Alpine. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't know what it was. What was wrong? I don't know if it was the game, my setup, me just as a driver or what, but all the tires would overheat after about 3 laps on them. I'd feel a bunch of oversteer and understeer through every corner. It was a miracle I even got to the end, honestly. Oh, Aaron's around. He's in the wall. He's still in the race, though. He's missing his front wing. He's still in the race. This race this entire session from start of qualifying to now has just gone from bad to worse.
There he goes. Eagle manages to find a way past Yorkie to move into P1. Well, there are 5 divisions in RSF1. 5 tiers.
Eagle takes fastest lap, 1:11.378. Oz is swapping positions, or perhaps not. No, they're still fighting. Jedi and Button.
I'm not really sure why.
They'd be fighting for position, or... Oh, geez. Button almost ran into the back of him.
On the previous lap, they swapped positions pretty calmly, no arguments. So I'm not too certain why there is now a fight going on.
I'm not sure I can say. Yorkie and Eagle once again fighting for P1. It looks like it's going to be P1 for the Mercedes here.
Soggy Salmon has managed to put so much pressure on Willy Bum that he's now completely out of ERS.
Well, we got a three-way fight behind, I should say, Rizzo and Mushy for P11. Between Slinky, Dano, and Headshot. Oh, Headshot bumps into the back of Dano. Unsettles his car, but he keeps going. Rodders and Desbro now right on them.
Oh, Rodders himself almost loses out there. Lost of traction and Desbro nearly capitalised. There goes Soggy Salmon, set that move up very nicely.
Slinky's gotten away from Dano. Dano has no DRS. Gonna give Headshot a free opportunity to get an overtake done here. Desbro behind them, and Rodder's still fighting there for P14.
Dano's going to be without DRS again, isn't he? No, he does have it down the second straight here. And they will go single file into turn 4.
Meanwhile, you still got a very tight fight here for P7 between both the Haas's. Button re-overtaking his teammate.
Eagle really needs to try and get past Yorkie and break away here.
And here's something I've just noticed. Ronnie Gandhi has gotten back up to the top 2. Pulled away from Soggy Salmon, and he's caught back up to the top 2. Yorkie with the 3-second time penalty. That's going to be huge in this fight for P1.
That could do a huge amount of damage.
Headshot's gotten past Slinky for P11 there. Willy Bum getting past him. Williams of Soggy Salmon.
Big loss of traction from Slinky. Gonna lose out to Dano here. Might even lose out to Rodders as well. No, gets the position back. Wow.
Dano doesn't DRS, that's why.
Yeah, because he lost it literally on the exit of the corner.
Rodder's a very awkward run through the Senna S there.
And so he's lost back out to the Aston Martin.
Now.
And might lose out to the Alpine here as well. Doesn't in the end. Yeah, they are going to go side by side.
Oh! Desbro's around. He rode the inside curb at turn 6, and it just completely threw his car around.
Yorkie, was so close to breaking DRS there, but he seems to have made a mistake of his own, and that's going to allow Eagle an opportunity to get by and maybe break away a little as well. He's out of ERS though, is Eagle. He's slowed down by that, hampered quite
Dano's lost
dramatically.
it. Dano's lost it in the final corner in Sector 2.
It's almost like these mediums are wearing out.
It could be. Like I said, I was having issues with the tire attempts yesterday, and these guys might be having the same problem. Blinky with the 3-second time penalty, that's not going to help him out in his battle for points here. Although he's 2 seconds back on P11, but still.
Just as a point to make. And I'm well aware that I'm probably going to jinx this and the commentator's curse will happen. But I'm alright with that because I think it could be an exciting time.
Yeah, Slinky's around and in the wall.
We are now 2 races and 10 laps into the Division 3 season without a safety car. Since last week was cancelled and voided.
So was Abu Dhabi.
So,
wasn't it?
No. Abu Dhabi was counted.
Oh, that would make it this the 3rd race then. I know for certain that this race, that Silverstone counted.
Yeah, no, Silverstone.
Abu Dhabi also counted.
Yeah, so Silverstone, Abu Dhabi.
Oh yeah, you said 2 races, 10 laps. Okay, I thought you said a race in 10 laps.
Ah, no. Yeah, 2 races, 10 laps. It would be pretty spectacular if we could get through a 3rd. Or, I suppose, our 1st of the season, legitimately.
I don't think there's anything wrong with Silverstone.
That's true. We actually don't know for certain.
Yorkie almost getting Eagle out of the DRS once again, but then he loses about 3.5 tenths to Eagle on the exit of Junsao, and I'm not sure what's wrong with the Mercedes that's causing him to lose so much time out of that corner, but it's just all of a sudden
regularly as well.
He goes from a second to 6.5 tenths ahead. And that's before the DRS is even turned on. It's not like he loses 3.5 tenths or whatever throughout the whole straight. He loses 3.5 tenths before the DRS activation point.
Gotta think it must be a setup issue there, and he's just losing the rear end consistently. Because it is happening time and time again.
And it's not like he's losing the rear end in the hairpin or at turn 2 or turn 4. He's losing it specifically at Junsao every single time. He'll be nearly a second ahead, and then it'll drop off he'll drop like a rock.
Well, this time he's only about half a second ahead, so let's see where he might tumble down to. It seems to have got it fairly cleanly, but he is losing time again there.
He's still look at that. It's almost a 10.5 before the DRS detection. It's almost a 10.5. That's insane to me. That's just insane. By the way, Dano just coming out of the pits now. He's on the hards. He should be able to get to the end on those. Blinky pit a lap ago onto the mediums. We got more position swaps. This time between Button and Fruit Boy. Button getting a 3-second time penalty driving in a straight line. Did I see that right?
Yeah, pulled off to the right-hand side of the track where the yellow is pretty thick and leaves, well, more than a car's length. A car's width, sorry. And, yeah, ran out wide. That is exceeding track limits. It's enough for a warning and enough for a penalty as well. Meanwhile, his teammate, Jedi Gamer, being bested down to turn 4. And Mushy retakes P8.
Yeah, both these Haas's are more than capable of fighting for position, and they do it very, very cleanly. Was for a moment there earlier, we thought they would hit each other.
Yorkie's actually, well, he was gaining a little bit, but it's the second phase of the corner. He's quicker initially through the corner, and then on the exit, putting the power back down is where he loses out again. Here comes Jedi Gamer back on Mushy.
If he could just be consistently decent through that corner, he doesn't even have to be an absolute monster through the corner. If he could just be okay through that corner, he would probably get out of the DRS at some point.
Yeah, agreed. Renegade has very much cemented himself in this fight at the top of the field as well.
Yeah, he's just chilling in P3 right now. He's not worried about it at all.
Jedi Gamer back past Mushy again now. And as long as they continue to battle, Rizzo and Headshot will pull closer and closer.
And we got a nice little three-way fight for P16 down here. Between Dano, Aaron, and Slinky.
Oof.
A little bit of contact there between the two. Like Dano's going to take P17 off Slinky's hands. And Aaron's going to take P16 for the time being. Of course, he's on 10-lap old hards. He might not have the same kind of pace those other two will have. P8 between Mushy and Jedi Gamer. Jedi's going to go down the inside, and he's going to take P8 away from the Mercedes. Mushy looking for the switchback, but it's not meant to be. Oh, we got a yellow in Sector 3. It's for Aaron.
Must have been contact made there. Slinky back into the pits, so wing damage for him.
5 seconds speeding penalty. And that's going to be it for him. He's done. Meanwhile, Aaron is just about a second and a half ahead of the leaders. He gets out of the way, and he's down a lap now. Been having a really unfortunate race so far for the Williams driver. Especially considering his teammate, on the other hand, is currently P5. In fact, he's almost been lapped by his teammate.
Jedi Gamer and Mushy once again side by side down into turn 1.
They got Rizzo and Headshot right behind him too. Oh, and Yorkie, I've just realized, is 2.2 seconds ahead.
Yeah. We're definitely...
Look at that. He loses 2.5 tenths in one out of the one corner. Then Sal. Eagle
I was going to say...
pits now for 16 on the mediums.
We're at the point now where the mediums are starting to drop off, and as if to prove that, Eagle pulls into the pit lane, as does Soggy Salmon, both of which started this race on the medium compound tyres. Jedi Gamer will stay out because he's going to battle with Mushy and retake this position once again, maybe? No? Actually backs out. Maybe going to play this a little smarter and get past the hard tyre runner down into turn 4 instead. Seems to be going for exactly that. DRS for Mushy though. Where the hell has he got that from?
Oh, we got a yellow. Oh, it's just Aaron getting out of the way. Okay, never mind. Saw Williams around. I thought it was, or a slow Williams. I thought it was Soggy. Eagle coming out just behind the DRS train of Mushy, Jedi Gamer, Rizzo, Headshot. He is at the very back of said DRS train. Probably not at all what Eagle wanted. Hitting right into traffic. Ronnie Gandhi's going to stay out another lap. Really Bum and Button. Neither of those two pit. Fruit Boy also stays out. Got a Gamer, Headshot, both stay out as well. So no one pits this lap. So side by side for P6, a little bit of contact. Mushy pushing the Haas off the track just a bit. No, and he's around. No, not Jedi Gamer. Oh, that's really gotta hurt.
Big damage as well.
Yeah, that might be a penalty on Mushy's part. He did not give the Haas very much space there. Pretty much only gave him enough space to fit maybe 2/3 of his car.
I think Headshot could have damage here too.
It's definitely a possibility. It is very much a possibility. Eagle just flies right past Headshot. Headshot stays out on track, so he might not have damage here. Dana with the 3-second time penalty. Jedi Gamer does a good job to avoid speeding there.
Rizzo breezing by though. Great little move from Rizzo there.
Rizzo doing a good job of staying ahead of Mushy too, despite Mushy having the DRS and slipstream. That spin might have cost Jedi Gamer any chance of points here tonight. Especially if this race stays the way it's been this whole time.
So we are just barely past the halfway mark now.
Yeah. Ronnie Gandhi's still out on those mediums after 19 laps. Bud and Willie Bum both also stay out.
Gotta be
Fruit
this
Boy
lap,
staying
right?
out. Eagle getting past Mushy before the DRS zone. Oh, and Mushy, I think, just hit the back of Rizzo.
See, he did slow right the way down. I think he might have hit him, yeah. And then slowed right down because he had front wing damage. He is going to get a wing change as well. He needed to slow up so that he had time to activate that. And that will drop Mushy right the way down the order as well. Now back behind Jedi Gamer.
Ronnie Gandhi once again staying out. Will Button pit here? Oh, Willie Bum stays out. Fruit Boy stays out. Headshot after 20 laps on the mediums has decided to pit.
I'm really surprised our top five are all staying out. I mean, obviously Yorkie. Well, I don't know. Even at this point, I think Yorkie would be considering pitting. Headshot goes onto the softs.
Wow, seriously, okay. That is a bold strategy. See if it pays off.
I think this would be a good time for Yorkie, no? 16 laps on the mediums, you're not going to lose a lot of pace.
Well, only
Now,
15 because when he pits, it'll be 21 laps on his hards.
I think this is the lap to go.
I don't think it's a bad time. No, I definitely think you could And his gap,
And
and he is going to
indeed,
pit. He's going to come out P7, P, P6 or P7.
right,
Ronnie
well,
Gandhi
let's
also
watch.
coming into the pits. Button also coming into the pits. Willie Bum's going to stay out. Fruit Boy is going to come into the pit. No, no. Oh boy, that could be something. I mean, probably going to be a warning for sure. And Fruit Boy's
Eagle
only
is coming
just
through
going
the
to come
center
out
S's.
ahead. Only
Yeah,
just going to
Yorkie
come
is
out
going to
ahead of
be ahead.
Yorkie.
Maybe this is why. Maybe Fruit Boy is going to pull off a bit of a masterclass here for his teammate and try and hold up Yorkie to give Eagle a chance to catch.
Eagle's only about 2.2 seconds back, so he won't have to defend too hard here, but
Remember, Yorkie has a 3-second time penalty as well. So any
yeah,
time
that
the
true.
Fruit Boy can give Eagle is going to be massively beneficial. He's backed him all the way up. Eagle has gained 5/10 in 2 corners already. This is beautiful from Fruit Boy.
Oh, but Yorkie down the inside. Yorkie's Fruit Boy's got to stick it out. He's gonna get DRS here. He's got to use that DRS, get ahead of him, and then just continue to be a moving chicane. Although with that absolutely
And he's backing
immeasurably
up.
old tires,
Is he
yeah, he's
backing
out
up
of
to
the
give him
DRS.
DRS?
Oh, he
I think
might
it's
have.
too late.
He did get his teammate DRS. Willie Bump gets a 5-second speeding penalty in the pits. So does Fruit
Oh, that's the
Boy.
Fruit Boy. Randy Gandy is out on the softs. I completely missed that.
As did I. We were focused on Yorkie and Fruit Boy there. But a lot of drivers on a lot of different strategies, and I'm not sure if you really want to do 15 laps on a set of softs. I mean, sure, the tire wear here on the softs isn't that high. I don't think you want to do that many laps. Got a gamer with 3-second time penalty there. Ronnie Gandhi will certainly be quicker than the 2 guys ahead of him for at least the first 5 laps, but after that, the tires are going to start to fall off significantly.
Did Aaron's car come back out on track?
It has come back out on track, but the good news is it's nowhere near anybody. Closest driver to it right now is Dano, and he's already passed the car a while ago. Yorkie with a 1:10.799 as the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, there we go. It's parked up off track now.
Headshot and Orphan fighting for position, and Orphan's just going to go. Going to go into the pits after 23 laps on the hards. Rodder's still out on track. He's, I believe, the only driver who has yet to pit. Everybody here has at least pit one time. Except again for Rodders. And Orphan's going to go on to the softs. Like another interesting call there. He's going to be going 13 laps to the end on softs. Or, yeah, 13 laps on softs.
Fruit Boy with an absolutely audacious dive to get past Benny Boy there. Set him up a few corners before, thought about it, couldn't find the room, waited until there was an opportunity. That is beautiful stuff from the AlphaTauri driver.
And he pulled a second on Benny Boy before the detection point. But Benny Boy does not get DRS here. Neither does Rodders after now 24 laps on his hards. We're getting yellow in Sector 2. It's for Orphan, who's only just pit onto the softs. Does he have damage? No, don't see any damage there.
Mushy and Jedi Gamer are now back on track with each other. Jedi Gamer has no DRS to speak of. Not going to happen this time, though. That battle could get quite spicy later on.
And they are just behind Desbro, who's on much older hard tires. Yorkie putting up yet another fastest lap of the race, a 1:10.372. Rondi Gandhi has overtaken Eagle.
That's insane. There were a 3-second gap between them after pit stops. Randy Ganney has made 3 seconds in 4 laps.
He's
Can those
pulled
tyres last, though?
3/10 through the center S. Headshot now getting past Benny Boyd's P8 for him. Rodder's speeding into the pits after 25 laps on the hards. Going to go on to the softs, I imagine he will. He's going to take these to the end. Orphan with a 30-second time penalty.
10 laps to go now. Oh, there's a
Gandhi
bomb.
putting a Ronnie Gandhi has been putting up a lot of very similar lap times. Go to the race director. Last 4 laps have been between an 11.2 and a 10.8.
He's just trying to bump up his consistency rating, that's all.
Yeah.
Well, she almost got past Jedi Gamer there. They were side by side into turn 1, but he couldn't finish off the move, so he'll back off now. Has DRS, but not going to be close enough to get the job done into turn 4. Button with way better traction off the final left-hander there. Gives him the position on Soggy Salmon as well. And then immediately loses out thanks to the DRS.
That Button is going to look for the move. He's not going to be able to get it though because he has no ERS to help him out with the move. Got a gamer and Mushy once again swapping positions with the 11. And Desbro's retired in the pits. I wasn't sure for a moment there. But he is going to retire in the pits. He is the 3rd driver in this race to retire into the pits.
This is phenomenal battle in between these two cars. I can't believe they haven't made contact again after what happened earlier in this race. Still side by side. Jedi Gamer finally takes the lead of the two.
Button getting past Soggy Salmon for P4. How long is that going to last?
Oh my god, that car is very much in the middle of the track.
I certainly got to hope it's off the track by the time Button and Soggy get there. Good news is he is off the track.
Oh, there's a big spin. There's Dano around.
Got damage too. Missing left end plate.
Mushy with DRS wide open again, this time not close enough to Jedi Gamer down the home stretch. Maybe down this first one of the lap. He might be close enough. That's a bad run through the S's though. And maybe this gives Jedi the opportunity he needs to pull away. I don't think that'll be happening this time. Dano back into the pits to repair the damage to his car. He'll get a new set of medium compound tyres to boot.
Fortunately for him, he's over a lap down now. Dano's retired.
He crashed on the pit exit.
He crashed the pit exit. That used to bring out a safety car, I'm pretty sure. That's not going to bring one out here. No, wait. Hold on. This car's still going.
Yeah, his car definitely is still going.
Car's still going. He retired in the... I'm guessing he retired in the pits, but the game just didn't register it until it was a bit too late. Oh,
okay.
We got Mushy around. Mushy's around. He was in the wall. It's going to bring out a virtual safety car. That might tempt some people to hit. Maybe, maybe not. Eagle won't.
I'm a little surprised Randy Ganny didn't, but...
Yeah, I don't think Yorkie could. I think it came out after he had crossed the pit lane.
Back underway
virtual safety car is gone now. Green flag back out.
What I can confirm is that Randy Gandy's tyres are not a perfect 28%. I can tell you for a fact that that is not true. So...
That gamer is in the pits now. He's going to be changing a front wing. He's also got a 5-second penalty he's got to take care of. Mushy's now in the pits. Orphan's going to stay out, gain 2 positions. Yeah, Willie Bum getting past Soggy Salmon here for P5. Soggy getting back past Willie Bum in the Alpine.
Willie Bum back through once again. Soggy Salmon will look to reclaim and does so. The soft tyre's not working for everybody. Randy Gandy is now starting to get closer to the danger zone.
Certainly is. 12 laps on those tires. At the end of this lap, it'll be 13. And there's still 2 laps to go when they cross the line here. You got Orphan now coming into the pits. The Orphans retired from the session in the pits. I think when you're in that position, you got to just go for pride, take fastest lap away. What
I
I
would
did yesterday.
imagine, yeah, that's the idea. His AI could come out right in front of Soggy Salmon and Willy Bomb here, who are going to be battling on their way down the straight. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1 there because of that,
That's,
and they have to
yes, it's
swap
because of
positions
him.
back again. That was
We've got Headshot
actually...
is going to be the next man to cross the line. Oh my God. All right. Ooh, and Rizzo having to avoid as well. Benny Boy should be able to avoid the Aston Martin of Orphan. There's no guarantees on that though, but he is off the track and he is in the clear.
I think Soggy Salmon may have
Jedi
just
Gamer
pulled
takes
off
fastest lap.
one of the smartest moves we have ever seen in an RSF1 race there. He saw that it was yellow flags in Sector 1 because of Stars' car. He backed right the way off to let Willy Bomb overtake him because he knew that Willy Bomb would then have to give the position back, which meant he was safe all the way down the straight. Now they're going to trade, presumably here, down into turn 1, and then Salmon will get him back. Maybe this isn't enough though. He's going to have to be very close to the back of this car, either through this straight or coming onto the straight for the final time. This could be a very close fight for P5.
And well, here on the final lap, Yorkie coming through the final few corners. Ouch. Out of Jun Sao, he's coming down the pit straight one final time. And LWS Yorkie is going to win your Brazilian Grand Prix here in Division 3. P2 is going to go to Rondi Gandhi, who had a pretty good race throughout. Did 15 laps on the softs, and as I can see, no punctures for the Alfa Romeo driver.
Yeah, about
Eagle
50%
rounds out
wear
your
on the
podium.
tyres.
Following them is Button. It's going to be Soggy Salmon after all things are said and done due to Willy Bum's penalty. P6 Willy Bum, P7 Fruit Boy. P8 is going to be Rizzo, P9 Headshot, and Benny Boy's going to round out your points.
Oh, no, he's
finishers.
not!
Oh my
Oh!
God, what happened? He's gotten a puncture in the rear. He's got to drive backwards. That's his only option.
He's gonna get disqualified
Wow.
here, is he not? Rodders is coming! Rodders beats him on the line! Oh, I mean, he's got the penalty anyway. I
Yeah, but
wonder if...
wow.
Ooh,
Oh!
contact as well.
And then Jedi Gamer's car hits his after the line. He got a puncture in the rear. He did 31 laps on the mediums, and they popped right at the end.
Oh. Yorkie had a carryover penalty of 20 seconds from the last race.
Yorkie has a 20-second penalty.
20 seconds.
20 seconds. So Ronnie Gandhi's won the race then.
Barring any... Well, yeah.
Wow. I can't imagine how disappointed Yorkie's going to be when he joins the party. That Yorkie might not even get a podium here. No, he is going to get P3 just ahead of Button by a 1.653 seconds.
Well, I suppose it's still at least the same 3 for interviewing purposes.
Yeah. So with that 20 seconds, it's going to put Rondi Gandhi P1, Eagle P2, and Yorkie P3. Okay, so Yorkie cannot join. He's got to get off. In that case, Yorkie, if you're still listening, congratulations on the podium. Kind of unfortunate you have a 20-second penalty, but P3 is better than nothing, as you said. And best of luck to you next week. As for you, Rondi Gandhi, you get pole position and you won the race here today after including Yorkie's 20-second carryover penalty from last week or the week before. How are you feeling, my guy?
Over the moon. I wasn't expecting it. I obviously had no idea that he had a 20 seconds. I was like, prepared to take the second place because he was just extremely quick today. But yeah, and then I saw he got the 20-second and got the win. So yeah, that's what I'd say.
Harvey, have you got anything to say for our race winner or no?
It was, I mean, it was a good qualifying performance from you. Obviously, the rain was coming. That was clear. Obviously, other people were aware of that. For you, was it just a case of you needed to get out first? You felt like it was going to get heavier, or I don't know. What was the strategy there?
Yeah, I just took a gamble really. I presumed it was going to keep raining harder and harder, and I knew the track was going to get wetter and wetter. So it was more of a case of just getting out of the pits as quick as I physically could, trying to set down a time, and then seeing where the benchmark was. But I think I made the right call then because it just kept raining and raining and raining. So everyone struggled to sort of get any grip on the track. So I feel like I made the right choice, obviously. But yeah, it was just a bit of a gamble that paid off.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, you can't complain about that at all. Melbourne next week tends to be a bit of a chaotic one. How do you feel about that going into Australian Grand Prix?
It's not my best track, especially the last corner. The traction on that it's hard to get right, especially when you're pushing. So I'll probably do a couple of practice laps on there, but I mean, the way the season's going at the moment, I'm feeling more and more confident every week. So, yeah, I guess I'll just see how I fare, to be honest with you, and just keep kicking on.
And is there any pressure? I've got to ask, is there any pressure now that you are officially championship leader? Or is that a position you're pretty happy to be in?
I'm ecstatic to be in there. Obviously, first season in RSF1. So, my goal was to just be competitive. I never in a million years thought, when I first joined, I'd be in Div 5, sort of middle of the pack, and I got set as Div 3, and I just need to keep doing what I'm doing. I've got great drivers around me, so it's nice to know that I can compete with them at the very least. So, yeah, just got to keep going, I guess.
Yeah, well, congratulations. A very well-run race, and good luck for next week.
Thank you. Yeah, I couldn't have done it without RSF1 Shane as well. He'd be pretty upset with me if I didn't give him a shout out. So he did help me with some calls. So yeah, I appreciate it, Shane.
Gotta mention him. Love it. Well, good stuff, mate. Hopefully
Cool.
we'll be speaking to you next week as well.
Hopefully, have a good night.
I'll let you take it away again, Days, if you'd like to. No? I suppose not. Eagle, you there, bud?
Hello, I am.
Good stuff. I mean, you'll always take another step up on the podium, I'm sure. But how did the rest of that race go for you today?
Yeah, not bad considering I hadn't actually touched Brazil until like 40 minutes before the lobby opened, so yeah, not too bad. Although I do have to say, if Q3 had stayed dry, Button would have been pole.
Yeah, I think Button is one that people are going to be keeping an eye on a little bit more going forward because he was looking incredibly strong.
He was getting low 28s just before the lobby opened, so I think he would have got pole. And then he's just like me, he's useless in the rain, so kind of screwed it for us both.
Well, one to keep an eye on, and it's good that we've got more people.
Yeah, he plays it down. He plays it down a lot. He's quicker than he makes out.
One to keep an eye on for us then, and for fantasy as well, I suppose.
Yeah. I was trying to do the medium to softs, but halfway through my medium stint, my tyres had got my tyre wear was just awful. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to take the softs 15 laps like it was suggested. So I pitted earlier to go hards to the end, and I just came out in traffic, which cost me a few seconds. There's like a group of 4 cars in front of me, which just basically ruined it. So that held me up. So by the time I think Yorkie pitted, he come out ahead of me. Plus he was then on quicker tyres, and he just disappeared into the distance. Obviously Randy was on the soft, so he caught me easily and left me behind. So it was just a case of driving around on my own for the last few laps, trying to keep Button behind me. I could see he was on the softs and closing me, but I saw he had a 3-second penalty as well. So third was pretty safe. I didn't realise Yorkie had a 20-second penalty either, so that's good news.
Yeah, it's one that's carried over from the second race. Obviously wasn't served at Abu Dhabi. I think Yorkie in the end is pretty happy with where
Does he still finish in third then, does he?
He still finishes in third, yeah. He does stay on the podium,
Nice.
which is more than he expected, he said. And
with a 20-second penalty.
he's probably pretty pleased regardless. So a happy trio of podium sitters today, and a great race. It was a great watch regardless. There was constant battles, and it was good to see you up there and battling with some of the guys back and forth. I know that battle with Randy didn't last very long, but that'll happen when one of you is on the softs on a fresh set and the other isn't. I will ask you the same question I asked him as well. Melbourne next week.
Yeah.
Thoughts, feelings on that?
Don't like the track.
Okay.
I'd never do very well in Australia. I don't know if I've actually done a league race since they've changed the track layout, but I hate the final sector. The final corner is just horrible. I never get any traction around there. You'll always see me sliding, so we'll see. I'll be there or thereabouts as always, but anywhere between P10 and P5, let's say. But yeah, it's not one I look forward to.
Well, that's fair enough. I suppose you can't enjoy them all.
No. Watch out for Button there, though. Early tip for all those fantasy players.
Well, submissions are still open in the Discord, so if you want to take Eagle's advice, you can certainly go ahead and add Button to your team for next week. It definitely showed some potential today. I will agree with that. But thank you for chatting with us. I appreciate it, and good luck to you next time out.
Cheers.
All right then, folks. We will call it there for tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. As always, we will be back again next Wednesday with more RSF1 Division 3 action. It's my absolute pleasure commentating for you as per usual. My name is Harvey OC, and I will see you 8 o'clock next week. Good night.